Jeanette with Lux Global Living, bringing you the reality of traveling for surgery, from pain management to mobility to recovering in a hotel room. We will keep you updated and showing you all the wonders of the things that you brought with you if you followed the packing advice, and how they work through the recovery part of this journey. I've just finished my evening shower. So before surgery, you shower in the evening. Then I will have a big old glass of Juven, the wound drink. I have it with orange juice, and I already brushed my teeth, so that is gonna taste disgusting. Yeah, so next time, that's food for thought. And I have my pre-surgery drink, so I will do this evening, and then around 4:30 in the morning, I will wake up and do all of it all over again. Shower, Juven, and pre-surgery drink again. All right, it is 4:44 a.m. Thank you, angel number. I have finished my morning shower. I also misspoke last night. I will not be having the Juven before surgery. That is only after surgery. Before surgery, it's just the Ensure pre-surgical drink, which I will use to take my medicine. I've already logged the medicines I've had this morning. And then as you see here, I've also pre-organized this to make it as easy as possible for Cliff. So I have medicines every 12 hours, every 8 hours, every 6 hours, once a day, and then before meals. And of course, my dude. All right. Something else I forgot, which just happens to me the night before surgery, every surgery, is as I'm sitting there, unable to sleep, super full of like a bundle of nerves and just struggling, I remember, oh yeah, I could have asked my doctor for some medicine to calm down. And I forget every single time, and every single time before surgery, I don't really get any sleep. So it is what it is. All right, y'all, bottoms up. We just got back from the surgery center. And I can say, if you've watched my previous videos in this series, I can tell you that this lift recliner has already paid for itself. The beauty is that it allows you to easily get in and get out. When I got here, I immediately put it all the way up, allowing me just to kind of step back into it. And then I put it down, and then it basically just laid me down. I have some pillows under my knees to lift my legs. And also already the pillow and the blanket from home, immediate comfort, immediate ability to feel like myself, and to be really happy where I am. Bringing a water bottle with a straw, also phenomenal, makes it really easy to have liquids. And I think next I will have my very first something to eat, my first meal, which will likely just be a gluten-free blueberry muffin. And then I see a nap in my future. Hi, it is 3:53 p.m. So we're roughly 3.5 hours after having gotten home from surgery. And what I learned in the last 3.5 hours is that the comforts from home are phenomenal. I also can say that this surgery, the pain afterwards, is way better than the last two. It's still incredibly intense, but it's tolerable. And I think a lot of that has to do with the guessing and checking of the first two surgeries until we finally found what pain medication worked best for me. And so that is a huge tip for you. If you know which pain medicine works for you, tell your surgeons. They will want to prescribe whatever works for you, because you'll never have pain of zero. The goal is just to make it tolerable. And so that's where we are today. Another thing I've learned, or I should say relearned, was that bringing the Apple TV from home has been amazing. It allows me to put on things that I've watched before but still love, so I can kind of go in and out of taking little cat naps, and then hydrating or eating some food, which is wonderful. I also just did my very first walk. So every 3 hours, you have to walk for at least 15 minutes. And so I did my first walk, and I'm happy to say the pain was actually better on the walk because there wasn't anything touching me really. And I was able to walk slowly around the hotel. They had some outside areas that were gorgeous and had wonderful sun, and the weather is wonderful. So that was a treat. I look forward to my next one. Rested a bit. The other thing about pain is I do recognize that I am still numb from a lot of the surgery and from a lot of the blocks, the pain blocks they would have put in at surgery or during surgery. So I am aware that in about a day, this might become a whole new pain situation, but that's okay. We will figure it out, and I will check in with you to let you know how I'm doing. But right now, I'm very excited because in exactly 50 minutes, I get my next round of pain meds, which is going to be great. You always want to stay ahead of your pain. It's a lot harder to get to this point if you've allowed yourself to go into pain. So even if you're at a tolerable level, still keep up with all of your pain medication. And my hope is that we will stay with this level of tolerability forever. So fingers crossed. About 5 hours after we got to the hotel, Cliff noticed some blood on the sheet that I was sitting on, which, kind of felt like a bad sign. So we checked, and yep, one of my incisions had sprung a leak and the bleeding was not stopping. We called the after hours number, and the on-call surgeon had us come into the ER so they could get it under control. After applying pressure for a while, redoing the dermabond, and just one ace bandage wrap later, we were good to go back to the hotel. I mean, there is nothing like an unexpected ER trip to keep you on your toes. Hi, all right, it is 4:45 in the morning, time for another round of meds. So I figured I would take this time to report out on the setup and how it's working. So having this little pill kind of catch case or cup next to the bed already ready with the pills I had to take is amazing, because then I could my caretaker wakes me up and I just quickly take the meds there. Really easy. That's very easy. From a sleep setup perspective, this is fabulous again. So I'll run through what we're doing. So if you want to replicate this, you can. We are in the lift recliner. There are 2 pillows under my knees to give me a little bit of, so I can have that bent knee scenario. I have a pillow on either side here that kind of allows my hands to rest without touching anything that's any of me, really. Then I have the sheets on the bed from the hotel. I have another top sheet underneath all the blankets. I have the hotel blanket, and then of course my fuzzy blanket from home here. I have the 2 heart-shaped pillows that are used for the car. I have them as lumbar support. Then I of course have my purple pillow from home, which is fabulous. The Cabot pillow here allows me to kind of move my head and rest to give me that feeling of like rolling over without actually rolling. And then of course my silk hair turban, and then the silk eye mask, which is wonderful. So my caretaker can come into the kitchen or the living room, do anything that he wants to do, and I don't get woken up until he actually wakes me up for the medication. So this setup, thumbs up for everything we brought from home. It's all working fabulously. Hi, it's 9 a.m. I just had another round of medication, and because you can't shower after surgery for roughly 48 hours, or actually 48 hours, that's where the uni sheets that we showed up during packing really come in handy. I was able to grab a uni sheet, kind of clean myself up, and then change my pajamas because I wanted, something clean that would be on me. At this point, we are going to go take another walk. This will be the first walk we take really since I sprung that leak that I had to go and be cared for. After the walk, we will come back, we'll check to make sure that the active bleeding has in fact stopped. And then I will wait until my next dose. One thing I recommend from a caretaker and a convalescer perspective, what my fabulous caretaker Cliff has done for me is placed here on a Post-it what time my next dose will be and what medication it is. That's really useful. It gives you something to look forward to. 10:45 can't come soon enough. And so I highly recommend bringing Post-its with you so you can do this as well, and always have something to look forward to, right? It's about 8:36 in the morning now on day 2, and the numbing from the surgery is starting to wear off, so pain is getting to a whole new level. And I will say that the hardest part, the most painful part, is getting up and getting down, which is why this lift recliner, I cannot recommend it highly enough. It is amazing. It makes it so much better. I can't even imagine what the pain would be without it. I highly recommend it for anyone who has surgery for anything, because again, getting up and down, it really facilitates every step of that process. Especially, at 4:45 in the morning when I had my middle of the night medication, I was able to get up and take a walk around the hotel. I also think that the middle of the night's a great time to walk around the hotel because nobody's there. You really kind of get it to yourself. And so now we'll wait 5 or 10 more minutes, then I'll have my next round of medications. I'll eat a little breakfast because you always should have food with your medicine, which is why I will also reinforce the going to the bakery and getting some items from there. I found that having those few pieces of pumpkin bread allowed me in the middle of the night when taking medication to have something small to put into my stomach, because you really shouldn't have antibiotics and different meds by itself. And so that was a really kind of easy thing to eat, and also a little bit of a treat, because who doesn't like pumpkin bread? And so once I eat something, we'll take another walk around, and in a few hours, I get to have my very first shower, which I am both excited for and a little nervous for, because it'll be the first time I get a look at what's all going on down there. So wish me luck, and we'll check in later. It is 12:12 on the dot, which means we are officially nearing the end of our first 48 hours. The last large milestone to pass was the shower. So now we're going to review the shower experience with the things that we brought. So the cape, that was the salon kind of cape that you wear when you get your hair cut. Using that in the shower to allow the caretaker to focus on washing and rinsing my hair was great. Again, it allows you to not really have to worry about anything underneath. They can just focus on your hair. Then we put the hair up into the towel turban, say that 3 times fast, and then wash, of course, from the neck down. The baby washcloths that were brought were phenomenal, super, super soft. Same with the really gentle soap that we brought. And then, of course, for the hair, I went ahead and brought some Aveda. I wanted to get a little bougie with the hair just so it smelled really good, and bring a little luxe to that experience. I will say, however, I almost fainted a few times in the shower. Thought I was going to vomit a little bit. So it was an experience. The first shower, it takes it all out of you. While I had enough energy after I rested for a bit to put my clothes on, as you can see, I still don't have enough energy to dry my hair yet. So until then, it'll stay up in the hair towel turban, which I highly recommend because this is great. I can keep it up here for as long as I need, and my wet hair isn't getting anywhere. It's not bothering me. And when it's time to dry, it'll be nice and towel dry right before we go to blow dry it. So that is our 48 hours. Now I will eat another meal, and tomorrow morning, bright and early, we will go to the airport, and that'll be the next video, which is traveling home after surgery. So I'll see you there.